Hello, my name is John, and welcome to The Struggle Within. Thank you for viewing my channel. This channel is designed to talk and investigate more about mental health and mental illness related issues. My wife and I run a prayer ministry, and one of the things that we really saw common was so many people are struggling with issues such as severe depression and severe anxiety. But these are things that a lot of people just do not want to talk about. They don't want to be made known because they are afraid of being judged, they're afraid of being ostracized. And in fact, in many cultures, these conditions aren't even considered to be real. There are some people who, they think, oh, well, you're just being dramatic, or they think, oh, you just need to toughen up. That they don't understand what depression really is and why it really exists. They don't understand how these are, real mental illness struggles that a lot of people deal with. In some cultures, it is much more socially acceptable to say, oh, I was bewitched or I was cursed, rather than to say I'm struggling with depression. And even in a lot of Western cultures where maybe it's more acceptable than it has been in the past, there's still a sort of stigma of, oh, why is he dealing with that? What's he dealing with? He's maybe a little, or he or she, or maybe they're a little different. And these are things that we just really, really need to address as a society in general. We need to understand, what is mental health? What is mental illness? Why do we need to know more about it? What can we do to help one another? This issue is very personal to me as well. I was a psychology major in college, and I also had dealt with a lot of psychology related issues with it being with mental health and mental illness as a teenager, as I dealt with severe anxiety. And I also had a lot of issues from environmental conflicts that were occurring in my life. So I have can understand a little bit and relate to a little bit about these struggles, and also I understand a little bit about some of the mental health institutions and and the way that we treat and that we look at mental disorders. So our goal is to be able to discuss a little bit more about what mental illness is and what we can do to understand a little bit more about different disorders, to understand a little bit more about how we can help one another, to understand a little more about different treatments and different avenues there are for help. Because one of the lies people believe who are struggling with mental illness is that they're all alone. But in reality, we are all struggling with something. We might not have it to the level that's clinically diagnosable, but we all have a lot of different struggles. And there's so much that we can do if we work together to understand and to help one another. So this channel is about sharing each other's stories, about encouraging, about understanding a little bit more about what mental health is and what mental illness is, and how we can do work together to help ourselves and to become better people by really just embracing what it is to learn about one another and to just try to take apart these stereotypes that have and these this negative connotation that have really just afflicted those who are suffering with mental illness, and to really bring things into light a little more.